Hey there friends, what's going on? This is Dr. Jeffrey Allen Gray coming to you guys with another issue of Science Shoe Porn. But today we're going to be doing something more than just looking at shoes. We're going to be doing something specifically for triathletes. Now, triathletes, when you're in a race, don't you want to be able to run as fast as possible off the bike? And even more so, you don't want to bonk during the run. How many of us have had races go bad because you simply had to stop and walk during the run? It's a terrible feeling, and I never want that to happen to you guys. Well, I raced for almost 20 years before the testing at Heeluxe helped me figure out how to run your best race off the bike. Wouldn't you guys like to know how that works? Let's use Olympic distance triathlons as an example. Say you just ran a 10K PR, 45 minutes, or maybe you were lucky enough to have a lactate test that says you could run a 10K in 45 minutes. And you have an Olympic distance triathlon coming up, so you think, oh, I'll go a little bit slower. I'm going to shoot for 46 minutes. This is what we call the wrong way of trying to figure out your triathlon time, just by making your road running time a little bit slower. Heeluxe has come up with a very unique way to study triathletes. What we do is we have them bike on the CompuTrainer for about 30 minutes at a very moderate pace, certainly easier than what they would be doing in the race. Then we're going to have them transition, just like they would if they were in a race. They put on their running shoes, and we have them go right up onto the treadmill. Now on the treadmill, we're going to have them do a progressive lactate test, just like what we would do for a normal runner. Now then we'll have them come back, and we'll also test them just doing a running test. So we can really see how things are different running off the bike versus just running. What we tend to see is that for working at the same level when you're running off the bike, you need to be going about 20 seconds a mile slower. So what does this exactly mean? Let's go take a look at the whiteboard again. So let's go back to that PR in the 10K example. Remember, you did a 45-minute 10K PR. Great for you. Now, if we took that into a pace, it would be about 7:15 per mile. So using this adding 20 seconds per mile to come up with our more accurate triathlon pace, you would be going up to 7:35 a mile. Or your race goal would be about 47:07. So if you went into your triathlon with this pace in mind, chances are you're not going to bonk and you're going to be performing at your absolute best coming off the bike. Now the great thing about this is that this formula of adding 20 seconds is appropriate for every distance and ability level. If you're an Ironman triathlete and you just ran a marathon, great, take that pace, add 20 seconds per mile, and that's going to become your pace that you should be able to do in the Ironman. So now that we've given you this great piece of data of how to more accurately come up with the paces that you should be running in a triathlon, how do you use it? Well, the first thing is make sure you modify your training. So if you're supposed to be running 7:35 miles in your triathlon, there's no point in doing really aggressive workouts shooting for a 7:15 per mile goal. It's just going to be wasted effort. It's going to leave you more tired and potentially more susceptible to injury. This is where your coaching can come in handy as well. And really, what I would love to see all of you guys doing is actually getting tested. There's a lot of local centers that can do blood lactate testing and VO2 max testing, and this is really going to help you determine the paces that you should be running off the bike. And finally, while we love this 20-second rule, it doesn't necessarily apply to absolutely everyone. We've had a few pro triathletes that can run as fast off the bike as they can just run in a road race. So for them, this rule doesn't apply. So again, that customization of testing can really help you out to figure out if this is going to be the right strategy for you to use in your race. We hope to see you guys out there at a lot of races this summer. I know I'm going to be having a great race. I hope you do too. And make sure you subscribe so you can check out all of Heeluxe's other videos telling you what running shoes you should be running when you're in that triathlon. Thank you guys so much. And remember, if Heeluxe is testing your shoes, they kick ass.